All signs reading. All signs reading. Let's get a temperature reading, a forecast for what is going on for the collective, specifically those of you that are fighting for what's right. Maybe you are working to try to help heal somebody, or you're helping somebody recover. Whatever the case, you may be at your wit's end. And you've been praying for an answer to something in which it seems there is no answer. Right? How many of you fall into that situation, or you find yourselves in that situation? What am I supposed to do? And if you haven't been in that situation, you ain't been alive long enough. Give it some time. Okay. This is wild. I like it. Okay. Well, let's do this. I'm not going to lie. This is not going to be easy. Hit that like and subscribe for me, guys. I don't back down from a challenge, and I'm not going to back down from this reading. So let's start here. Underneath the deck. This is 5 of Pentacles. It's the loss of somebody, someone. A has passed away. B, it is somebody that you loved and they are no longer communicating with you. They turned their back on you and they have left you in this position to where you are in mourning, and it's not the best, okay? That's underneath it. I don't know exactly what it means, but I have a feeling that you have been in pain for quite a while. You have been suffering in silence. You cry, you stay up late at night, and you cry for this person. And where you are right now is out of alignment. You are out of some sort of an alignment. Maybe because you are still in the pain of the past. You are still in the past, and therefore you are living in pain and sorrow because you're still back there. And I can tell you from experience, after losing my mom, I went into a severe depression. I was taking sleeping pills. I was trying to kill myself, rolling the dice. And there came a point after being in bed for 3 months, I'd go to work, I'd cry all day long. I'd get home, take a bunch of pills, try to sleep, try to knock myself out. And after about 3 months of that, I had to pick myself up. I could not continue going down that road. I've seen people do it, and most people will have somebody around that sees this, and they begin to start getting you out of your comfort zone. They pull you away. They say, hey, we're going to go do something. Just sitting around and moping for a long time like this has to stop. We weren't meant to stay in that state. And see, what psychology has done is they've made everything a sickness. And so for you to stay in that state, well, that's just normal, That's a disease. Well, hell, you're not to blame. You can't do anything about it if it's a disease, right? Does a disease just go away? So you can't do anything about it. It's a disease. Or is it a state of mind? And you will find that it is. You may have to reprogram your mind, and we're going to talk about it because it's in the cards. But I'm just saying, you cannot stay in this state for the rest of your life. It's not good for you. It's normal to go through a period of mourning. You got to let go. Like I say, right now, Hangman in reverse represents being out of alignment to me. And this just means that you're not at your best. You're not operating at all the frequencies that you can operate at. So it's keeping you up at night. It's affecting your health because how many of you know what you think on has a lot to do with your health, your heart health specifically. They've done research. They've done studies. Laughter. Go watch Patch Adams, based on a true story, Robin Williams, one of the greatest movies ever. If you can laugh, if you can be happy, somehow quit thinking about yourself and try to let go and experience laughter and happiness and so forth. You may have to fake it till you make it. Sometimes the best way to deal with grief is to not get away from everybody and be secluded, but get around people. And I'm not saying it's easy, but you got to do something. You cannot stay in this state. Okay, so that's where we're at. Now, the challenge. The challenge is 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles is wish fulfillment. Reminds me of the scripture. Godliness with contentment is great gain. What does that mean? What it means is that if you can find a way to be happy, it's basically right back to what we were just talking about. It has nothing to do with wealth and getting everything that you want. Wish fulfillment, it kind of gives us this idea, I'm going to get the person that I want. I'm going to get the best job that I've always wanted. I'm going to get the greatest this. I'm going to get the best of that. It's more about being content and seeing the treasure in what you have now. Because how many of you know that there's always going to be hard times? There's always going to be tragedy. There's always going to be death. There's always going to be bullshit. There's always going to be going to work or something and somebody starting shit with you and you having to deal with some kind of stress at work. There's always going to be times where you're living and you're by a neighbor and that you don't particularly like this neighbor. There's always going to be times where you don't agree with your brothers and sisters on something and there's friction. There's never going to be a time when there's just no fucking problems ever. And so this card speaks to finding internal bliss. Heck, I got a friend that I used to see her go through some crazy shit. And I can't do this, okay? But this is my goal, to get to this point. And that is, some crazy shit would happen. Somebody would try to run her off the road and they'd cut her off and get into a shouting match and everything. And, just some kind of energy coming at you like that can really throw a person off. For some people, it could throw them off for a week. Somebody like me, that could throw me off for a week, throw my energy off. And I've seen her just laugh about it and drop it and release it and not let it bother her. And I'm going to tell you, that's a fucking thick skin. But you got to develop a thick skin. You got to develop this personal power that brings you to this place to where I'm not going to let this fucking shit bother me. I'm not going to let my thoughts get carried away. And speaking of thoughts, in the recent past, you got a hold of your thoughts and you begin to recognize, I feel, that these thoughts were holding you back or something like that. Because as a result of that, it looks like somebody carrying the weight of the world on them. Now, some could say, well, the 10 represents all that a person can handle, lots of burdens and so forth. Isn't there like a scripture that even says, God will not give you more than what you can handle and so forth? But what the 10 of Wands represents is the end of these burdens. 10 is completion. And so this represents that you seen something, you figured something out, and it's almost as if you were right, you were doing great. But I feel what happened is thoughts came back. Thoughts came back, and we did not deal with these thoughts, and now they took root, and now they have a stronghold on you. We must look and analyze every thought that comes in. How many of you have been driving down the road? You're driving down the road and a thought comes to your mind. Pull out in front of that semi. Or you just get some thought randomly and you don't know where it came from. Where do these thoughts come from? We must protect our minds from the enemy, from information that may be false. We must find the truth. We must fight for the truth. We must discern the truth. We've got to figure it out. We can't be lazy. We can't check our minds at the door and expect the media to tell us the truth. We have to dig. We have to do research, and not using Google either. We got to get all the answers and not something that's been gone through and decided for us as to what the results are going to be. You'll find that it's very hard to see. It's very hard to sift through the data, but it must be done. And like I say, there's something about you having seen something and seen possibly how to end the burdens, or maybe you had a grip on not allowing yourself to be burdened. Okay, so it's kind of weird. Down in your subconscious, there's a new opportunity for stability, or you want a new opportunity for stability. And attached to that, in your hopes and fears, you've made a decision about something. And now, what lies before you is starting a fire, baby. Starting something new. In your advice, boss up, King of Pentacles, man up. How many of you guys seen Glory talking about going to battle? Man up, King of Pentacles, boss up. External influences. There is a person that has lost their patience and has instigated something or taken some type of action. This action that they have taken is affecting your situation, but not directly. And in your overall projected outcome, the King of Cups in reverse, you have some kind of love to give somebody, but you're either A, hiding it, or B, not able to or not willing to give this love. Interesting. All right, we know that you're supposed to boss up. We know that you're supposed to start a new thing. Start the fire, man. And we know that the challenge is to find contentment. Wow, I love that. Check that out. Now that is a beautiful card. What do we need to know? What else do we need to know about this advice here? This King of Pentacles, bossing up, using that entrepreneurial energy that you have. You've got this idea. Ace of Wands underneath in your subconscious. Ace of Pentacles. A new opportunity for stability. A new opportunity for prosperity and so forth. So what else? Okay, I think we got the picture. I don't think we need to ask any more about that. We got the picture. Somebody is supposed to do some kind of business, is what I'm feeling. I mean, can you guys see it? I mean, you can't deny it. I want to know about this not showing love, having love, but not possibly telling somebody that you have this love. Could be that. Could be another way I could interpret it is that somebody, I mean, it's going to be you, but you are not going to give somebody love. All right. Well, we're going to just grab one out of the middle. What do we got here? Six of Cups. It's about somebody from the past, possibly from your childhood, from your hometown, but somebody that you remember and there was love. Could be an older and a younger. Could be two sisters. Could be a mother and a daughter. Could be an older cousin, or I don't know, a friend. But one of you was older and one of you is younger by several years, you know, you could tell. I don't know what it means. You're gonna have to come back and we'll do another reading and see if we can tap into the energy, tap into your storyline. If you found yourself getting resonated with this message, hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you could be alerted when I upload new videos. And with that, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.